So hi everybody, it's Kari Young with Contagious Living, and I'm really excited. I can hardly contain it. This is my sweet sister friend, Patti Lou Cumby. I know I've talked a lot about her, but I finally get to have you with, I'm so excited.
I do exist. I am not her fake person.
So I'm going to do something a little bit weird.
Sure.
Okay, so we've been filming all weekend, and it's been a great experience with Jessie, who's behind I'm going to say this, Jessie Schwapowski. No. Jesse Spakowski. Yes. Yay! Okay, so I want to give a shout out to Jesse behind the camera because he's the man with the means and he makes all these beautiful things happen for us. And so I shared with Jesse that I have a gift for you. I'm going to try not to cry, but if I do, it's okay. It's all about being vulnerable at Contagious Living. So I have this necklace on here, and I want to give a shout out to Gems for Gems. And this is Jordan Guilford's company, which is all about helping women with coming out of abusive situations. And so if anybody's been following me, I was a woman recently assaulted. So I love this necklace. They have a program where women donate their old wedding rings, their old things. And Gems for Gems gave over 11,000 women in shelters a Christmas gift out of gems. So wow. I want to give a shout out to her. I'm sporting her necklace. I shared this with you to get a reaction out of you earlier. It has a diamond on it, like a flat diamond picture cut out, not a real actual diamond. And it says, "My Rock," on the back of it. So I actually bought this for myself and was going to put it under the Christmas tree from Aaron because I call Aaron my rock. And I have a girlfriend that I constantly call my rock. I know I shared with Jesse when I was preparing him to meet you, that you are my rock. And I want to say this. We've only been friends for less than a year. I met Patti Lou 5 days after my rape. And you gave me the gift of belief and faith in myself through giving me that rock that day. That's a whole nother story. So I have this for you because even though I have friends that have been friends for my whole life, time does not make a friendship. It's kind of like that aging cheese thing Jesse and I talked about earlier. You can't put time and a price on friendship. And I believe that you came into my life for a reason. And you have been that one woman reminding me to take it one day at a time in my healing and to heal at my own space, speed, time. And you're constantly saying to me, "Why are you sitting here?" I think 10 minutes ago. Why aren't you out there in front of the whole world? You're constantly reminding me that I don't need to wait to get my shine back. You're constantly reminding me that I am a diamond as a woman. And so your friendship to me is that you are, doesn't matter how long we've been friends, I love you and you are my rock. So I want you to open this and have this gift.
Wow.
She is a huge jewelry person, by the way.
And so I am really shocked right now.
I know.
I thought we were coming on to video something else. Oh my God, Kari. That is so beautiful.
It's rose gold, but I have silver, and we can trade if you want to because I wear both.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
So going in future partnership as two warrior women who want to help other women to be empowered. She wants to stand up, and I'll let you hear that story as to what it is that she wants to do in the world of movement with women. And for myself, she's the strong warrior woman, and I'm a little bit more of the vulnerable strength. And so we complement each other because she helps me kind of stand up a little taller and own the space that I'm in. And I know that I give you the squishy, softer side. She says, since you've met me, you've never cried so much.
True story.
So anyways,
I want to give you that.
So you'll see us in the future on stages together as we're getting ready to speak on the 30th for Smiles for Smiles. We'll be sporting our matching necklaces and supporting another amazing woman in Jordan Guilford and Gems for Gems. And you will meet Jordan, and we'll set that up. So.
Okay, so now I get to talk?
Yes, you do. Can I just go into interview and talk about, I want to know what it is that empowering women means to you. What does it mean to empower women?
Can you ask me that question in another 2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay. So first of all, I want to say, wow, I need to not cry.
You can cry. You can give me your V card right now.
Okay, so I know that lots of people follow Kari, and I know exactly why you follow Kari, because she's really awesome. For me, I was of the mindset that I really did not want to have friends. And I know that sounds horrible, but that's a true story. And I was Miss Independent, living on an island, and I figured that I could rule my world all by myself better than anybody else. I didn't need any help. So since I met Kari, on the day I met her, I really was drawn to her because I know at that moment she was just so sad, and you could just feel the pain in that space that you were in at that time. But moving past all that, I was there to support her as a lot of other people were, but I have never seen anyone go through anything like that. And for her to rise up the way that she did so quickly. And so our mission in life, and this is what has connected us, we're not just friends. I really feel like she is a part of me, and we can never, ever be separated. And I've never, ever had that feeling with anyone before.
Like Mercury.
I know, exactly, like Mercury. And so she is really a part of me now. My family thinks it's super strange because everything that I do, and I'm talking about, from this moment forward, I always am commenting, oh, I'm going to have this house in Hawaii, and Kari's going to live right beside me. And everything I talk about, my husband just looks at me and says, like, what is happening? Because she came in 1,000,000%. And the cool thing is, the way that God has set it up is that I received 100%, and she was willing to come in 100%.
Absolutely.
And I've never met anyone in my life with such a big heart. And sometimes when I'm trying to get her, stop thinking about what you could do for all these other people. I want you to just step out and get on that stage and just do it for yourself, because it's your moment to shine. And so I feel that today she was coaching me, and I really am uncoachable. But then she comes around and she says, I'm not going to clone you. I'm going to make you your best self. And to me, I could really receive that message. And so I think that Kari is brilliant.
Thank you.
But your heart is really what makes you you. And I've never, ever seen anyone shine the way that she shines. And she needs to be in an elevated space. And I am not going to stop until I get her there.
Thank you. So what I want to say is thank you for seeing me. Thank you for seeing me. I have a lot of connectivity, as you guys know, and this woman doesn't know who a lot of these people are. I almost name dropped who you didn't know who they are, but some really great people in my circle. And Patti Lou doesn't care. She loves me. You see me for who I am. And when I step back, because we all do that, you're going to do that in your life, where sometimes you step back and you want to play a little smaller, you want to be a little more comfortable. And we all have our spaces of genius. And as women, to empower women, I feel like the most powerful thing we can give each other is to be vulnerable and open ourselves up to listen to each other and to see each other that we've seen each other. And I've met other women and they're like, oh, Patti Lou, she scares me. She's just so straight up. And I'm like, why is that scary? When you say something to me, just like the other day with Jessie sitting there and she's like, Kari, Jessie, did you hear her? And you just so often, she's trying to be humble. And this conversation, honestly, clears the space for me, you guys, so that when you watch this video, and then when I show up a little bit bigger and bolder, my audience is going to say, because she's got the support of a sister friend, not being jealous, not being comparison. We both have our gifts. She thinks I'm Miss USA. We have our different gifts, and you are my rock. So to see us in those spaces and then be able to know that she's calling me out now in front of my entire audience to rise up and be bigger. I'm sitting here going, oh, she's giving me like the true, authentic moment to be like, okay, here I am. Now you're going to see all of me and my best of me. I just got it so that you took away that space where I could be safe and try to play down a little bit so I could relate to everybody. If I want to relate to everybody, I got to come out like the lioness that I am. Because Contagious Living is about loving wholeheartedly, connecting wholeheartedly. I'm pointing to Jessie behind the camera. and really showing up in every space. And here we're having this amazing branding retreat with Jessie here. And part of this process, I shared, seeing you guys open up, you don't have to show up all together, platformed and perfect. You just simply got to show up, just like we have shown up for each other. And it's gonna put a lot of people in a space of jealousy. But if you could put your jealousy bone away and open your heart up to receive and respond, we will inspire women to reach out to each other and say, this woman's dynamic. I want to be that dynamic. And for you to say, and I want to learn how to be vulnerable, Kari. How do I get there? I want to be more than an insurance agent. I want to be this amazing woman that inspires women. To inspire women, you got to have a feminine form, right? You got to have a space to flow into. And we give that to each other. Mm-hmm. And I'm super excited. So I'm gonna stop talking about all my woo-woo, and I want to ask you again, what is it inside of you that calls you out to this space to empower women?
Whoa, so intense. Okay, so for me, I used to be a very black and white person, and I've recently gone through this big spiritual awakening, and I am still going through it right now. So I feel I'm really being redirected by God, and it's to really help women find their inner voice and their inner power and their inner shine. So when I'm going around in my past life, several months ago, to networking events, and it was mainly solely to women events, when you get talking to a woman behind the scenes, she can come out on a stage and she can speak. She could be running the whole event. She could have a very large corporation, and it would make me so sad when that woman would be sharing with me her true feelings of herself. And I want women to see themselves through my eyes. So when, you or someone else is looking at me saying, oh, but I have this flaw and I have this flaw and this happened to me and now I'm so insecure. And I just feel when you're in my space, you are such a beautiful creature. And each and every woman, they don't need to be comparing and saying that, I'm casting this big shadow because I am a big personality. But you have your own space and you have your own inner power. And if you would just stop comparing yourself, to the Kardashians and to all this other silliness that you see on social media, that's not your story. And if it's not meant to be your story, then stop chasing a story that's not even yours. Wow. You're looking at all of these outside external things. And trust me, because I've lived it, when I'm meditating and you get really quiet and you start really learning about the inside of who you are, your heart, what really is driving you. Why are you getting up in the morning? What gets you fired up? So if I hear about a woman being abused, that fires me up. I want to go kick that guy. And, I can't stop fighting for other women because it's not right that they're in that space. But what I question more, it's not about that guy, because there's always going to be a guy that would treat you that way. It's about why the hell are you staying there? Why are you not living your best life? And it's because you're telling yourself, your inner critic, which you need to kill, you need to kick that right out of your space, because you need to have an inner love conversation with yourself every day. I get up and I say, wow, if you saw me, crazy hair and makeup, I don't go well then. I get a shower and then, but when I start putting myself together and just really feeling good before I walk out the door, I'm like, wow, Patti Lou, your hair looks really great today.
That's true.
And I do. And if Kari sees me in my big, crazy red curlers and she thinks it's really hilarious, I think it's hilarious. And then I send her pictures of that. And the whole thing is that we're so damn worried about what everybody else thinks when you're not fitting that perfect mold. You just have to release it. If you're torturing yourself, you just need to be really happy with who you are. Doesn't matter if you're staying at home as a mom, doesn't matter if you're running a corporation, doesn't matter, whatever your path is, just really embrace it. Enjoy it, feel the joy and the love and the light and the peace, because you only have one life. This is not, it's not, something that you can get to repeat over and over and over.
Not a dress rehearsal, I think she said
Yeah, I
yesterday.
know, I always say that, yeah. It's your moment. Your moment is now. It's not tomorrow, it's now.
And I love that she really is what she says, because I'll never forget when she stayed in my home a couple months ago. I walked in the bathroom and you had these huge 4 rollers. Jesse behind the camera got to see those as well. Angela's over here being a cheerleader. We've all seen it. That's letting people see you before you're all put together. And what that did for me was go, wow, she's letting me in. She loves me. And now she sends me a picture. Remember this? And I'm like, there's my girl. Because I got to see you, this beautiful piece of you right here sitting in front of me and on camera ready. It's just the added bonus of putting yourself together for the world. But sometimes we got to show up right here on the inside with the stuff that's not so pretty. And like I was sharing the other day, that for those of you guys that are thinking about, hooking up with Jesse, okay, hookup's the wrong word, I always say that. Sorry to my children. Getting together with Jesse and getting yourself filmed and getting yourself put together so the rest of the world can hear your story. I want to share that something we talked about on the behind the scenes is my most watched and loved video was the one where I accidentally put myself on FaceTime Live, rolling out of bed on the way to go to the bathroom. And that was because people went, I didn't go, oh my gosh, what's going on? And people are telling me, we see you, it's midnight, you just went to the bathroom. I went, oh gosh. And here's all these people. The beauty of FaceTime Live and media is when people can get on there and leave their messages. Kari, you're live. Good morning. People were embracing that. Like, I didn't even have an opportunity to get embarrassed and be like, oh my gosh, my life is over. My social media visual of this is over. They caught me. I literally went, it's like midnight. Should I stay on and talk to you guys? My most number one watch connectivity was people seeing me and my mother cursing at me for being in bed. And just so I could say this for fun, when you lay down like this and you film like that, you look so good. Your skin has nowhere to go, but stay there, stay power. So anyways, my vulnerability and your authenticity to step in and cross and mix with me is what makes our love for each other contagious to other women. And I truly believe that that's the whole mission here. So you guys, I promise you, this is not the last that you have seen of Patti Lou Cumby. And we're going to be blazing some stages. And I also want to thank you because as I build myself in Canada, this woman, I've never experienced this. Sorry to all my good friends, but I haven't experienced you in this space. If I was Oprah, you'd be my Gail and vice versa, because I've had so many people say, do this for me, I'll do this for you. And it's lip service. Lip service sucks. I'm just going to say that. Don't say the F word, but I can say sucks really well. It sucks. Show up when you say you're going to show up. So Patti Lou has actually told some people, I'd love to speak at your event, but I need Kari Weber Young to speak at your event too. I've seen that in writing on Facebook and had to call her up and say, did you really just cut off your toe to spite your whatever that saying is? If you know me, you know I don't ever get the sayings right. But that was a moment for me of, holy cow. And I sent that out to so many other people and said, did you see on Facebook Patti Lou saying, must have Kari beside me? There's so many people that have come to me since I've been in Canada for 2 years and said, if you do this, I'll get you up on this stage or I'll get your message. And I've been saying, I don't need to get up on stages. I could stand on this table. There's nobody home. I could do all kinds of crazy things on this stage. You know what? I got my brush. But to be able to blaze stages with my message, and our messages are coherent. So thank you. That's why you are blazing this necklace, because you have been a solid foundation to me.
Thank you, honey.
I
want to add to that for a second. The truth of that is, that's trust factor. And this is the whole thing that I think a lot of people don't get, especially women that I've seen. You need to stop the judgment. And you need to stop saying, do this for me and I'll do this for you. That's coming from a place of lack. Mm-hmm. I already know I'm going to be successful. Mm-hmm. I already know I have a really big mouth. I already know I have a really big message. I just know all that stuff. Mm-hmm. But my one thing that I always say in my mind is, what is the point of doing all of this alone? I want Kari with me. I want my husband with me. I want my 2 kids with me. And the whole point of being a part of this life is that you build one another up.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody is so busy looking at someone else and saying, wow, look what they have. You know what I say? I have a friend who built this really awesome house. It's very large on an acreage. And I said, way to go, Rhonda. That's what I said. And that's what I, honest to God, felt inside of me. I was so happy for her.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are too busy saying, oh my God, why does she have this and that and whatever? Stop looking at other people and look at yourself.
Look at you.
And ask yourself the question, what can I do for someone else?
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not at that space where you can do it even for a friend, then go and volunteer.
Have an attitude of servitude.
Yeah, you have to give, and you have to start with giving.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, honey.
Thank you. And thank you all for giving us time and space in your world. And I hope that we have reached out and been contagious to you. So it's not how you start in this life, it is how you finish. It's never too late to make a change.